What up, Micah? So I wanted to have you come on and just talk about your experience with the challenge. But first, just tell everyone where you were at come January 2021 with your health and with your fitness. So where were you before the challenge?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. I think, before the challenge, I was generally pretty healthy. I ate pretty healthy. I didn't have a ton of sugar, a ton of processed foods in my diet. But I also wasn't going to the gym much. So I was eating healthy. It wasn't like I had a ton of junk in me, but I also wasn't getting much exercise outside of just kind of a run around the block whenever I kind of could muster up the energy. I think I weighed about 169, 170 pounds. And I had pretty much no idea how much I lifted against any type of weight.
Cool. So then you start the challenge. What was your experience from like the very beginning and through the different weeks where we talked about different things? You had the group, you had the different workout programs, the nutrition stuff. Like, what was your experience throughout the entire time?
Yeah, I think, first and foremost, it's when you sign up for something and when you kind of a whole group of people are saying, we're going to do this, and you kind of commit to it, if nothing else, in the very beginning, it gives you that motivation to get going. And so I think for one, it was like, okay, I signed up for this. I'm going to spend the next 2 months like getting after my health, and I'm going to make it a priority. And one thing I think I found through the whole process is that it has to be a priority. I always tried to kind of as a third, fourth, fifth priority, focus on health. And in the end, it kind of never really, fell through. It never really, came to fruition the way I wanted to. And so making it priority was number one. And the program, being a part of a program really helped that. Two, in getting started, there's so much structure that the program kind of immediately provided. I didn't have to go plan and think like, okay, what should I eat? What should I, what workout should I do? It was just like, hey, day one, here's the workout. Here's, I knew how many calories I needed to eat. I knew generally kind of, we had talked about, I think on the phone, about kind of the meals I was going to get after. And it wasn't like that thinking was kind of taken out of it. It was really just like, okay, start taking action. And once you kind of had the plan, it was like, okay, like just show up every day and take the steps that are kind of already laid out for you. So one, I think there's the motivation to join a program and get going. Two, it's having that structure built for you in a way to where you don't really have to plan and plot as much as you might, especially for someone like me who's really fairly busy with work. It was just kind of taking action through the steps. And then as far as taking action through the steps, especially in the beginning, there's a lot to figure out. I was thinking like, should I be, weighing my food? How do we get to the exact macros we need? Should I like this workout? Am I doing it right? And so I would send you videos of me, doing different workouts, and I'd get, tips on my form. I'd post in the Facebook group about, questions about, food or different things, and people would chime in what they were doing. And so, especially in the beginning, the details in getting set up were really, really, impactful, and kind of the quick learnings and the quick kind of iterations. And then, okay, now I have this plan. I know what I'm doing. I've gotten those details out of the way. Eventually around, 1 month, more questions come up and you're ready for that next level. It's like, okay, how do I do this? And so kind of that continual, I think, just coaching and guidance throughout was important. So all in all, I think it's the motivation, the structure, and then just like the help through the execution of it all.
Awesome, dude. I love that was your experience. So now 8 weeks are about up. Where have you seen yourself make the biggest changes?
I think, the biggest changes are one, when I step on the scale. When I step on the scale, I think I started about 170 pounds. I weigh like 183 now. So in just about, we're still a week away from the end. In about a month and a half, a month and 3/4, I gained about 13 pounds, 14 pounds. And I definitely see it when I'm in the gym lifting. I think when I first started, on the bench, my roommate would come with me and he would spot me. The amount that I could push, my max PR for one push on the bench, I can now probably hit like 8 times. So I'm getting stronger. I'm seeing that across other workouts. And I'm seeing it just in my kind of general weight as well. And so I think both in terms of strength and just kind of stepping on the scale, as well as just, I feel good. I think I just feel a little better as well. And, that's kind of hard to measure, but I think I can kind of feel radiating throughout. And I'll add to something about working out makes you almost want to, be healthier in other elements of your life. So I'm like, oh, like I need to drink more water. Oh, maybe I should go meditate. Like it kind of like you start that kind of ball rolling, and all of a sudden you're thinking about health, like kind of all around.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, well, 1 rep max to an 8 rep max is a huge jump. So congrats there. And I know a lot of guys are like, I keep trying to put on weight. I don't know how, like what I need to do. And you've figured it out, man. Like 13 pounds, and you're not putting on a ton of fat. You're just adding a bunch of muscle. So really excited to see what those DEXA scans look like, and see like the total amount of muscle you added.
Yeah, I'll go next week. I'm gonna do my scan to figure out exactly where the muscle was added and what amount of kind of body fat percentage I'm at now. And so I'm sure 14 pounds is probably not all muscle, but I think it's a good chunk of it probably was.
Yeah, it's a good jump. Awesome, dude. Well, dialed in for summer. Looking forward to seeing you progress more and more, man.
That's right. Thank you.